The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
Breaking news from Pyongyang. How often do you hear that headline?
Yeah, not often.
North Korea has invented hangover-free alcohol. North Korean scientists, this claim was in the Pyongyang Times.
Of course.
They say the suave liquor, as it's called, will spare you wincing when you wake, despite being 30 to 40% alcohol.
30 to 40%. I like that. Usually, this is 40%. The difference between 30 and 40 is not insignificant.
No. I don't know why it varies so much. Maybe we just don't know exactly how much it is.
Maybe they don't.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. It's reportedly made from a type of indigenous ginseng called insam and glutinous rice, which is all cultivated by an organic farming method. So I suppose what you have here is maybe some type of sake-like drink with this ginseng. And I think the claims that it does not give you a hangover are probably false, as hangovers usually are the result of dehydration.
Right.
And alcohol dehydrates. So it's just another wild claim by North Korea, although the drink does sound like it might be kind of tasty. I mean, I'm huge on sake. I love it, but it's so expensive, especially for the stuff that won't make you sick, that it is just not practical to drink it regularly.
Right. What's more believable, that North Korea has invented a hangover-free booze, or that Kim Jong-un or Kim Jong-il or whoever had holes in one on every hole the first time that they golfed? I say the hangover thing.
The hangover thing.
Yeah,
definitely. The liquor, the newspaper article was titled, "Liquor Wins Quality Medal for Preserving National Smack." I don't know what that means, really.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Koryo liquor, which is made of 6-year-old Kaesong Koryo Insam, is known as being the highest in medicinal effect.
Isn't it supposed to be Koryo?
I don't know. Koryo.
Yeah.
Koryo?
Kind of like Korea.
A
lot of their stuff is called that.
Huh. And that's just a North Korean thing?
I think so.
Okay. Koryo liquor. So that's a different one, which, I don't know. It's been registered as a national and scientific technological hit. Whatever that means. So there it is. I think of all the outrageous claims made by North Korea recently, this is the most mild.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm sure they did actually invent this booze. And maybe the hangover just isn't as bad.
Maybe it's because they're not drinking very much of it.
Maybe. Yeah, it's because no one's allowed to drink it except Kim Jong-il Kim Jong-un. Yeah. Anyway, there does seem to be some truth to the whole crappier booze, worse hangover thing. I've noticed. So, yeah. If you can afford to go with the quality stuff, do it. Your hangover might not be as bad.
Right.
Okay. Here's this Auschwitz price-fixing thing.
This is crazy.
Yeah, Israeli police have arrested 9 people because what happened here was that all of the people at these travel slash, I guess just travel agencies, were colluding amongst each other to fix the prices of student trips to Auschwitz.
Right.
This is all happening in Israel. Okay. And, what can you really say about it? This is pretty despicable. Of all the things to profit on and price fix, this one is particularly nasty. Police say they are investigating allegations of a secret price-fixing arrangement by these companies who organize the trip for students. They raided the homes of executives and they froze bank accounts. The Israeli Education Ministry was approached a number of different companies and received identical quotes. I guess that was kind of the tip-off. I mean, if you're going to collude, don't make your prices completely identical.
There are also situations where the price could be the same, but there might not be collusion. Like if there's just some base cost and everybody says we're going to try to charge 15% to make 15% profit, you could still end up with the same prices, right? That's not a guarantee of collusion, but if you are colluding, it's probably going to get people to inquire further.
Yeah. And you would expect the price to at least be off by a fraction of a dollar,
Right.
maybe a dollar. If it was truly identical, that is really stupid. Criminal masterminds, they are not, David.
No.
I guess thousands of these students travel to memorials at World War II death camps every year. A trip can cost several thousand shekels per student. Yeah, that's what's going on.
So 1,000 shekels is about $250. So 2,000 shekels would be $500. 3,000 shekels would be $750.
Yeah, that's pretty lame. Pretty lame. Anyway, let's talk about this crazy Republican lawmaker here.
Yeah.
A Washington State lawmaker. I needed even to tell you she was Republican.
Right. No, I like that you clarified it.
Yeah. Clarity this evening. Mary Dye, that's D-Y-E, is a representative in Washington State. And I guess there was this group of visitors. And she kind of started the whole conversation out by asking if these high school students were virgins.
Right. It's a good opener. Set
Okay.
the tone. Make everybody feel comfortable.
They were there to advocate for expanded insurance coverage for birth control as part of Planned Parenthood's Teen Lobbying Day. And this is how the lawmaker started off. There was a chaperone. There was someone who was working with these students as part of Planned Parenthood who
Right.
was there. I guess immediately everyone kind of tensed up and was looking around like, what the fuck is going on here? And she said immediately to the students, you don't have to answer that. Like she's there as their legal counsel all of a sudden.
The chaperone said that.
This was the person who was working with Planned Parenthood, who was there with the students. So that's what happened. I guess the way Mary Dye kind of tried to make this sound is that she wanted to talk about empowerment and good choices. Of course, having sex is a bad choice.
Of course, asking a group of teens straight up if they're virgins is not necessarily the best example of good choice making.
Yeah. Not someone you want to go to for good decision making. And here's a quote. In hindsight, a few of the thoughts I shared, while well-intended, may have came across as more motherly than what they would expect from their state representative.
That's how she wrote it. May have came across.
Yeah. If anything I said offended them or made them feel uncomfortable, I apologize.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah. Should we get her on the program?
Absolutely. I see a two-part special with this individual.
Yeah. She's probably not doing media right now. Incredible. I mean, how do you think that that's just a good idea? I mean, you might as well just sit down and say, who here is a slut? You know, it's like, very stupid. Very
Absolutely insane.
Go ahead. You're going to say something?
No, it's just, I'm just thinking about it all.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other situations like this where a story we might have covered over the years where a lawmaker did something similar. I just said something really stupid to kids, and I don't know if I can think of any instances of that.
Well, when Ben Carson just last week asked everybody to point to the worst kid in class, and then they did.
Yeah, that one was pretty bad. But this question, I think, was a bit more invasive. Okay, I get that you're there to lobby on behalf of Planned Parenthood for a birth control related issue, but you just don't get that personal with strangers that are high school students for no reason.
Bonehead.
Yeah, pretty boneheaded.
Can I mention a couple things, Lewis?
Please, yeah.
So I sent this to you yesterday, and I want to mention it to the audience because I've actually reached out and we're trying to get an interview. I came across a documentary yesterday about an artisanal soda store, okay, called the Soda Pop Shop. And in the documentary, they talk to, I don't know if it's the owner or the manager or whatever, and it's this dude who's an expert on all types of soda. And he tells the story of how when he opened the store, Pepsi tried to force their way in, saying, how are you not going to offer Pepsi? And he didn't like how they handled it. So he started looking for like small batch sodas from small companies. Turns out there's a ton of them from all over the world, way more than anybody could imagine. People know about Stewart's, and what are some of the other common ones that are around in the U.S., Lewis?
Oh, I don't know. I just don't even drink any soda. You've got your Sprite. You've got
But no,
smaller ones.
Yeah, no, Sprite is Coca-Cola.
Jones,
exactly. Jones Soda, Stewart's, etc. But there's a ton more of like cucumber sodas from Romania and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, this guy has a small business where he has the store. It's all soda, and it's all random small batch sodas. They have kosher soda. They have vegetable-based sodas, all this stuff. They interview the
lots
guy.
of vintage stuff.
Vintage stuff. The guy's hilarious, okay? He's exactly what you would imagine a soda expert to be.
He's also brilliant.
He's also what?
Brilliant.
He's also brilliant, right? He knows everything about carbonation and the way that the science of the soda and the thickness of the glass. I mean, it's just fascinating.
Also, on top of that, he's very acutely aware of all of the politics and the money involved in that industry.
He's aware of the politics. He's aware of corn syrup and why corn syrup is used instead of sugar. They try to carry nothing with corn syrup, except I guess there's like one batch that yearly is corn syrup based, but mostly it's all cane sugar sweetened. Anyway, so I went to his website then, and I saw that you could basically order all this stuff online. So I reached out to them and I said, listen, we would love to have, I forget the guy's name now, Joe maybe. We would love to have him on the show to talk about the politics of soda and what's going on with corn syrup, blah, blah, blah. And what we should also do is if he can tell us like his 5 favorite sodas, we'll make an order so that during the interview, you and I can try like whatever vintage sodas he says are the best. I'm hoping it happens, but if either way, you should check this out. If you Google or if you go to YouTube and put in Soda Pop Shop documentary, I'm guessing that it will come up. It's compelling viewing.
Okay, well, you can also just go to my Facebook page because I posted this.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
I did. I watched it. I loved it. I think this guy is a total hero, and you got to watch it. And I hope he agrees to come on the program.
I hope so too. Yeah. And then lastly, Tuesday, January 26th, 8 p.m. Eastern, David Pakman Show, Member Town Hall. We will be sending it out via email, the link to the town hall meeting to all of our members. You can participate and ask questions with a microphone, with a webcam. But if you don't want to do that, we will still have text questions able to be submitted. And that's sort of it, Lewis. That's everything I have for today.
Okay, very good. Thank you for telling us what you have.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.